Genius.
Local
Genius.
local
Genius.
local
Genius.
local
Genius.
Genius.
Yo. Welcome back.
Yes, local geniuses. Guess what? It's episode 8.
Episode 8 on their ass.
Yeah,
What's good, bro?
man. Chilling, feeling great, feeling
good.
healthy,
Feeling great.
in good spirits.
Fresh ass sweatshirt.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Dope as hell.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
dumbest show.
You already know.
Yeah, man.
Little something, little merch, something.
Back in this thing
Yeah, we back, bro.
for the 99 and the 2000.
We back here. You know what I'm saying? The longer you hold out, the less it starts to feel pandemic-y. I don't know if that was an unpopular thing to say or what, but
You said the longer you hold out.
the longer we learn about, COVID-19 and
What's going
everything that what's going on and you really do your research. You discover the things that you need to do to be preemptive about it. It eases the panic is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's fact, man. That's
Feeling
fact.
good though, bro. I'm
Good,
here.
bro. That's what's up, man. It's good to hear.
You here?
We ready to cook up, ready to hit some topics.
Feel a lot more prepared.
Episode 7.
Bruh.
Just rambling in that jank.
Yeah, we was, as I call it, we was in the Wild Wild West when we have no docket, no nothing. We just,
But that's the thing, man. It ain't no rules to it. You never know what can happen on an episode. So, we
I
try.
like that, though.
And we still trying. We still trying shit. So
we here, still going,
Yeah,
still
bro,
consistent. New episode every Sunday, 8 a.m.
consistency, bro.
YouTube, you know where to find us.
Yep. And we've been extra cautious with with everything going on.
Definitely
yeah.
taking the precautions to be more healthy. Just be specific. How have you been extra cautious?
I really just been doing the social distancing thing. I haven't been I haven't been around nobody.
Yeah.
Just been keeping my house clean, keeping my keeping myself centered, man, and grounded. And I'm an only child, bro, so it's not really,
I always forget that.
I
think that's
I'm so used to just being by myself, so it's not really a huge a mental effect on me. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out from home. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro. That's how we see eye to eye. I'm an only child. It's I always forget that you're an only child, bro. I feel that 100%. But bruh, I feel the same. This is the first time I've ever bought a face mask or wore a face mask. Ever. It's probably the first time. I always wash my hands after I use the bathroom, but I've been really thorough with that in social distancing.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah, man. I've been cleaning everything. I'm a clean person, but I just been taking the extra steps, making sure I'm sanitizing my steering wheel all the time. Every time I drive it, sanitize that shit. My handles. I've been sanitizing the doorknobs in my apartment. They aren't my door.
Bruh.
Just because everybody has to walk through and touch that doorknob, I've been what I'm saying, going Lysol that shit.
Bruh, it's crazy. You gotta take those extra precautions and go. It's almost it's not, I won't even want to say it's a desperate measure to do things like that.
It's not, man.
Because you see videos of motherfuckers spitting on packages and doing shit.
Evil motherfuckers.
Bro. And that shit is just fucking wild to me.
Yeah.
So it puts you in this, mind frame where you have to do those things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But it's a touchy subject, man, with being going to be around someone is a damn, that shit was dusty as hell. As I talk about like all this shit I've been sanitizing.
Man, but see that jump in here, so
Man, you ain't been sanitizing my junk, man.
my
Damn.
fault, bro. Not at all, bro. Mine dirty as hell too.
Nah, that's cool. I got the Lysol in the whip.
But it's contained dust.
Yeah.
It's not like outside. I ain't had that motherfucker on
good
the
dust.
street playing that motherfucker.
Right. But nah, man. But yeah, bro. You know, being trying to take the measures, man. You know, the extra steps.
My engineer, Miles Bell. Let me shout out Miles Bell.
Yeah, my boy Miles.
Bruh, he texted me yesterday. Nigga was like, yo, I'm taking a survey. He said, do you depend on me for file storage? When I read it, I was like, yo, I like laughed because I knew this nigga wasn't talking about me. But when I read it, I knew he was talking about like other like artists and like, you know, clients that he works with.
Right.
So I hit him up and we was just like tripping about this shit because he's really doing a survey, sending it to people that he work with, like for them to answer that, like, do they depend on him for like file storage? But when you think about the importance of hard drives and like saving and backing up your shit,
Yeah.
because it's literally your intellectual property, and I can't stress that enough how important it is to save and like be protective of your shit.
Yeah.
Like if your apartment burned down, I mean, you know, that'll never happen. But
Well, God forbid, you know.
God forbid. Hypothetically, if a hypothetical apartment burns down, and you have hard drives in that motherfucker, that would be the first thing that you fucking grab.
Yep.
Or like photos or like things like that can't be replaced. And I was just thinking about that and tripping with him about that shit. Like, damn, like that's like something that you really have to, in the beginning, when you starting off producing, like put that in the back of your mind, in the front of your mind, to always be very precautious with like your drives and like overprotective. You know.
What are some of the measures you take? Like, you know, I mean, we have hard drives, but like, you know, we have to back those up.
Yeah.
Right, because those crash too.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been living janky as hell. I got files from like almost 10 years ago that I haven't backed up. But that drive is still in good condition because I'm not like.
Right.
But
so
I have to back that shit up.
So what if that shit crashed like today?
Bruh.
Like what would happen?
It's not gonna crash today because that's negative.
Hypothetically.
Man, I'll be assed out, bruh.
All right, so look, there are like, I think you can send it to the manufacturer and they can, but it costs like $300.
Yeah, it's
like
costly.
Like,
it's costly. It's costly to do that.
It would be worth it to get all that shit back.
I mean, I would do it for sure. Like, you gotta do everything in your power to like retrieve whatever you can or like revive that drive. Yeah. But I've never had to do that
drive.
Revive that drive.
Title.
But bruh, files, bruh.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta protect that shit like a plate at the family barbecue, bruh. Like the last plate. You know what I'm saying, bro? Who got the rest of the spaghetti? You know that shit is that important.
Facts.
So I urge young producers, if you're listening to this, if nobody's told you before, get a drive if you don't have one. It's completely asinine if you don't have one. Save all of your shit to an external drive. Get a backup drive. Back that up. And if you really want to be thorough, back up the backup.
Back that drive up.
It's people who have backups to the backup.
Back that ass up.
Kenna, I believe, has like 3 or 4 drives per every drive.
Oh yeah, that makes sense though,
bruh.
Like, that makes
super
so
safe.
Sense.
It's like your ideas.
You're always prepared.
Yeah.
So
you can always have a pool of whatever archives to pull from. Bro, I done sold tracks from decades ago just because I done pulled some shit from like, not decades. I said, bro, years, not decades. Yeah. But just because I had it on a drive, I was able to access the files. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the shit's important, kids. And older producers.
All right, what do you do with your old beats?
My old beats? Store them on a drive.
Just storm. I mean,
shit. iTunes library. Listen to my shit. Like have waves in there or like MP3s or whatever.
You ever like repurpose them? Cause like
I think I have done that before.
Cause sometimes like cause like I'm really good with melodies. I used to be like, I used to lack in the drum like area. I used to kind of like just like last minute my drums, so it wouldn't sound that great. But my melodies were like great, so I'll always go back and just remake my drums now.
Yeah,
like from my melodies that I had. So
it's a good question. Do I ever repurpose my old beats? And I was just like, I think I did it, bruh. One of the Justine Skye songs is a beat from, I don't care, bruh. That shit is, it's like the music that I make, I purposely make my music to have longevity. So it's not tied to like an era or like.
And I think of it like this, like our beats may be our old beats, but it's always new music to somebody.
Always new to people who hadn't heard it.
Yeah.
But that beat was from like 2011, I think. 2012 or some shit like that. That shit still go, and it still sounds new.
Right. Yeah, man. Repurposing beats, man. That's been like really helping me add to my catalog now. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah. So
it's a good idea.
Yeah, man. Sometimes
you onto something.
Yeah, especially when you got kind of like you're not feeling. Sometimes you're just not feeling as creative that day. So I'll just go through my old stuff and like beef up everything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
I think on that Justine Skye beat, I only added a bridge. The beat is like pretty much the same. It's pretty sparse too.
Yeah.
So I ain't really had to do much.
The beat is sparse?
Yeah, it's like empty. It's a lot of space.
Okay.
Just the bass line and like pads, you know.
Yeah.
Not much, but
you leave room for the vocals.
Yeah.
That kind of leads me into the point of like song structure. Like creating beats just to create them, but like you have to think about song. I've recently started doing this, which is crazy, but just thinking about like song structure in your beats. Like I always used to like do like, you know, the old school like 16 hook, whatever. But now it's more it's different now. It's like intro, hook, intro 8-bar, hook, pre, all that. Like there's like so many different. There's a few different ways now, but like there's a formula now almost.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that more. But what do you think? What do you do? Or how do you structure your beats now?
I think it's subjective. To me, it's subjective. When you think about songs as like once the people get them, they make the songs that hit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the people should make the song to hit. And if you think about what structure is like on the radio or like on the Billboard Hot 100, because those songs are successful, then you get kind of placed into this mind frame of like trying to make like cookie cutter, like boom, I'm gonna do every song is gonna have the same format, and it's all about feeling. You know, you gotta like trust your gut, and it's a subjective thing. Song structure sometimes, as long as it feels good, and certain sections don't feel too like long or like too, you know, repetitive. It's all about like dynamics. But me, I kind of like, I always pretty much have an intro, like a 4-bar intro, depending on the beat and like the tempo too.
Yeah.
If it's like a slower tempo, then probably a 4-bar intro, and then go straight to the verse, or sometimes the hook, and then like, you know, if it's a verse first, then the hook, then like it just depends on like the song.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I've been doing that's helping me is like I'll listen to I think Rihanna's song structures are amazing. So I'll go listen to her stuff and kind of
structures are amazing.
And kind of structure my shit after those, structure my beats after those songs. Like You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna sound like that, but it's gonna be in the same structure, and it kind of helps.
Yeah, that's a good method to learn structures and format.
Right.
Yeah, I used to do the same shit with like learning chords, listen to the songs that was like on the radio and shit, and just try to like mimic those chords.
Right. Because I think a lot of people, like producers, will make a beat. They'll make a intro and then an intro, then a hook, and then a verse, and just copy paste that.
Yeah.
Is that something that is that a negative thing, or is that a bad thing?
You mean nah?
Like just to
that's
send
like
beats out?
Nah, we do the same. I do that all the time, bro. Like, you mean like?
Cause I do that, and then some. Cause I normally do that, and then sometimes when I send it to you, you're like, I think the structure needs to be worked on.
It's a feeling like it might have been something that happened that I felt like was like going too long, or like could have like dropped out at a point. It's just all about like the feeling. Like you don't want people to lose, and the song kind of dictates how it should feel. If that makes any sense to you.
The song dictates how it should feel.
How it should feel.
But there's no song yet.
I mean, like.
Oh, you mean later on in the process?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of like references, like if you had like a vocal reference.
Right.
Like on a beat, it's just if it's no lyric, then just the music just kind of. I mean, as long as it's like not the same section like repetitively, it's just all about like dynamics.
Right. Okay.
Lyrics don't really matter like with the.
Not yet.
We're talking about the beat, so.
Right.
Yeah, I understand now.
Right, but like, should you make a beat with like the lyrics in mind, like the vocals that you think, or an idea of the vocals in mind? Like, should you create beats that way, or no? Or
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yep, it helps. It definitely helps me with like structuring.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. That's one thing. Like that's one thing I've been working on. Like just trying to improve at. It's just like, you know, creating beats, because I'm like, I've never written songs. I'm not a songwriter. So I'm trying to like start thinking of that more, become more conscious of that, because sometimes when you send stuff to people, they can't come up with anything just because of the structure of it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Back to the local geniuses.
They might say back.
We've
been here.
Where we at? I want to reiterate that no engineer is responsible for your files.
Oh yeah, back to the Miles point. Right?
Engineers would love to hear that. There's policies at studios if they urge you to bring your drives and to like save and like save your files,
right?
Because they'll only keep them shits for like maybe a week if you're lucky. Some is like 2 days. Like if you haven't saved your files in like 2 days, then they can delete them shits. So you have all of your everything, even the precious song that you just worked on and spent your hard-earned money on. If you're paying for studio out of pocket, you lost that. You don't got it. So it's like literally that important to like carry your external hard drive to like back your shit up.
Right. I
have a story to go with that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Lil Mama was fresh off of her first single, Lip Gloss. Is it Lip Gloss?
What you know about me?
That joint. So they were like looking for a second single, and I was in Miami. I was living in Virginia, but they flew me to Miami. Damn, I forgot what label. I want to say Atlantic. I don't know for sure. Gotta Google that shit. They flew me to Atlanta, to Miami to like work at the Hit Factory. I'm getting in there, like I'm having this honeymoon phase, like, oh shit, nigga, I'm at the Hit Factory. They got the fucking name at the Hit Factory Studios. For those who don't know, they have like, for each parking spot at the studios that you're working in, they have like reserved for your name. They had like the Lil Mama there. You know what I'm saying? I see the Wizz there. I'm like, oh shit, this is like official. I'm like a real working professional producer, right? Go in the studio, long story short, it's an engineer. He's a house engineer. So he works. The house engineers literally work for Hit Factory. He's not my engineer. So everything that I worked on, like, he's not responsible for any of that shit, bro. I go in there, I make 2 of the craziest beats. I'm like, ooh, nigga, this finna be it. Lil' mama finna be on these junts. I'm out of here. Come back to the junk like a few days later. They like, oh, we thought you saved those files to your drive. You brought a drive with you, right? I'm like, bruh, damn, no. And them beats was so hard. Shit. It's like I kind of remember them. I remember how I felt after making them shit.
So what happened? What'd you do? Like, you tried to remake them?
Hell no. I mean, I had to make some new shit.
Yeah.
But those 2 like lost. I couldn't try to remake them. Like, the moment was gone, bruh, and I was crushed. That was my first like
teachable
crash
moment.
course, teachable moment in like
bruh.
the importance of drives.
Teachable moments.
You know what I mean?
Teachable moments, man. That's crazy, man.
What you got for me, dog?
What you mean? What you mean?
What you got, bro? You ain't got nothing?
I was fucking with this sound right here.
Yeah, that's it. You know what that remind me of? The On the Run 2 junk.
On the Run.
Hov and B.
Oh.
On the Run 2.
On the
beginning.
On the run, yeah.
It may not be that. It's just
I think so.
something about the sound. I don't care about the sound. I don't know no lyrics, by the way, ever. It's either my mic is extremely loud or your John is extremely low.
Mine is low?
Yeah. Hold on.
Ooh.
Man, it's picking this shit up, though.
It should be alright. I'm trying to think of a tempo. I think like maybe like 148.
A sound like that seems like it would be challenging to like find the tempo.
Nah, I think I got
the tempo
it.
that you want. Oh, okay. Yeah, that whole solid.
Yeah. I think I fuck with that. Let me see.
He thinks he fucks with it, guys.
Hmm? 148?
Fun fact, Up and Away was 148. That motherfucker was really 145, and then Tim was like, you gotta speed it up. I was like, nah, bro, trust me, this shit is slow. It needs to be slower. Nah, you gotta speed it up. Speed it up.
I'm gonna get this shit going right here.
might be the only kid right now, bro. It might be the only kid, bro.
Let's go, man. While it lasted. Next junk.
I was on fumes in that junk.
Man, what's the next topic you got, my boy?
I want to shout out Ahmad Jamal. His IG is Ahmad Jamal 1988. He's a supporter. He's one of the reasons why I'm even like doing this. I was like going through some old photos. I was just like, I saved in a folder like old photos from like 2012 to like 2016, and I looked at a screenshot. It was a message from him on IG. It was like the old IG too, like how the shit used to be.
Yeah.
Like when it first started. And he was just basically saying that he's a supporter, like he watches my YouTube videos and stuff like that. And it's like messages like that like.
Is this the same dude that was like telling you he watched you since he was 8?
Oh yeah, no,
it's a different dude.
No, that's somebody else.
Okay.
That's somebody else. But yeah, shout out to Ahmad Jamal, Chicago.
Ahmad Jamal.
He watches every episode, and thank you for your support, bro.
Yeah, man. I want to thank everybody, bro, who been like,
yeah,
my boy,
definitely.
yeah,
Everybody.
my boy, my cousin Tyler Jordan, love you, dog. My boy Lee,
Tyler?
my boy Lee Mars, fellow producer.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lee.
Yeah, Lee, he's dope, really dope producer.
Dope, that's what's up.
My boy Aussie, he got some amazing songs out. My boy I'm trying to work with too. Man, so many people. Everybody been like really showing love, man. So
man, definitely a lot of love
dope.
shown.
This is dope, man. We didn't,
We feel it.
we didn't know what direction we were going at first, but we just started some shit.
What you
and
mean
it
like
just
the pot of general of that beat?
Just the pot in general.
Pot in general.
Yeah. We didn't know what's gonna happen, but we still staying consistent.
Yeah.
Keep this shit moving, man.
Is key.
Yeah, and everything.
Man,
Really.
definitely. It's not simple being consistent, but with discipline, anything can be achieved.
It's facts.
You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
bro.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
like,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fuck!
you know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of those words, man.
This is the first time both of us talk, being recorded, speaking on a regular.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before we kick that. Like Chris says like a lot.
I stay saying that shit, man.
I say, you know what I'm saying, a lot.
It's a subconscious thing too.
Both
man.
of those
That's
are
the
like
bad part.
completely unnecessary. Because I was asking India, I was like, yo, do I say that a lot? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in just regular conversation, she was like, no, you don't.
We just
And
say
it's
it
just
here.
like, damn.
You just say it here.
Bruh, yes. Because I feel like it's me trying to think of the perfect thing to say, but while I'm thinking of that, I'm gonna just throw in you know what I'm saying?
I think know what I'm saying is like built into like black people though.
Black people. I mean, yeah, it's
Know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like it's just something that
Would
we
that
say.
be a colloquialism?
I don't know. I think it's just some shit we just like adopted,
You know what I'm
man. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
it's a perfect, like it's like the cherry on top to your
You know what I'm
sentence.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing? Are you justifying my, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm just saying that there's a I'm just saying that there's a that there's
I'm just saying,
there's
I'm
a
saying.
reason, you know, there's a reason, you know what I'm saying, behind it. Like I just caught myself for real.
Man,
I'm
you
about
see?
to say it again.
Bruh, it's a cancerous,
It ain't cancerous, bruh.
not cancerous.
But I know what you
It's
mean
not a good
though.
word.
I know what you mean though. You wanna show off your vocabulary.
It's not even about me
Is it-
showing off my vocabulary. It's about speaking with more fluidity
Yeah,
and getting to the point.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you know what I'm saying is literally you don't even have to say that
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's a filler.
Definitely a filler.
Like filler.
Like isn't as bad as you know what I'm saying.
But it's kind of like saying
Or you can.
like no. I wanted to ask you about beats that sound organic versus beats that sound digital. Because I know you're more a organic sound based producer.
I am everything.
You are, but I just told you you're
I am
everything too. Nah,
Everything.
but nah, like so.
No, that's good. I was looking at that and I was like trying to figure out what my response or my answer would be.
Maybe I can further your answer or help you find
or
your
answer for me.
No, further help you find your answer,
Let's get it.
but by expanding or expounding. So what I noticed about a lot of your music is that it sounds very organic. That may be due to the fact that you don't quantize anything. But a lot of your sounds, especially even while it's coming from the MPC, makes it sound heartier, beefier, or more organic sounding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man said hardy, bro.
Hearty, bro.
That's a funny description word.
Yeah, it sounds like a can of chunky soup.
Hardy.
But so like, does that?
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, bro. So if something is quantized and everything is like tight, everything is what's the word? Not organic sounding, just more digital sounding. Does that make it a bad beat in your eyes?
No.
Not a bad beat, but
Not at all.
Okay,
Do what you feel.
exactly. That's the
If
question.
you
I
want to
have.
be exactly, if you want to be the king of the synths, be the king of the synths. Just like do it your way.
right,
Like there's no rule books.
right.
Like music should be in, back to that point about the structures and stuff. Like there's no rule books. It's all about how people feel when they listening to the art,
Right.
when they're listening to the music.
Yeah. I mean, because most of the, I guess, commercial shit is all like, perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect, super crisp.
Yeah.
There's two aspects of it. That's like sonically, like how it sounds, and then like musically, like what is being used, like what is being used in the instrumentation of like the music.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would make my answer kind of two-part, but I feel like generally just do whatever you feel.
Right.
One thing I will say, you hear the difference in the club when they play a beat from like the 90s versus something new because of all of the digital sound, like how it sounds is like super treated and hearty, as you say. You know, you hear the difference.
Yeah.
From the analog to like that digital crispy sound. So
I guess
I try to like master like both worlds to like, you know, have that organic feel, but it still have a crispness to it for the digital era, so it's easy on the ears, because sometimes like muddy or like super warm, not warm is always welcome, but like the analog, like dirty ass kicks and drums sometimes don't like sound good in context next to like something super digital. But if it's all about like the feeling though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all boils down to like your intent, like being intentional.
Yeah.
In everything that you do. If you're gonna produce a digital, have a reason behind it. If you're gonna make a digital production, it should be a reason. You want it to sound like maybe an Ariana Grande type of track, you know, or maybe that's who you're shopping it to, you know, or someone that you know uses those crispy digital type of sounds. But yeah, and then also, like you said, being well rounded, you know.
King of the synths. I like that. What else I want to say? What else we got? I'm looking on our whiteboard here of docket points.
Trying to get more organized, you know.
Nah, we ain't trying shit. We're organized from this point on. Nah, we trying.
Man went back. Man doubled back on his words.
Oh yeah, boom. Learn to be your own engineer. That right there, there was a time where I was looking for the perfect engineer, or just like a good engineer, or somebody who could run Pro Tools, because at the time I didn't know.
Right.
And that time that I'm referencing to is like when I was in Virginia, my real producer's training ground. And like those 3.5 years that I was there, like towards the end of my time there, like I started towards the end of my time in VA, I started really learning Pro Tools and recording vocals. Shout out to Cherish. Dope writer from Virginia. She's a producer too. VA. She's dope in everything.
VA?
But like she used to sing, and she was I lost my point. Man laughed at me.
Bro, like I'm on a radar. It's on the radar now. Liking, know what I'm saying?
It is,
it's on
bro.
the radar
that
now.
Liking, you know what I'm saying? Shit is. We will extract those.
Oh my goodness.
Back to my point. Shout out to Cherish. She was my songwriter at the time. She was our songwriter. Shout out to Sebastian too. She was our songwriter at the time, and I used to record her vocals in Pro Tools, and that was really where I got my that was my jump start on like learning Pro Tools.
Right.
But I never learned enough to be self-sufficient to like run my own sessions. But now I fully understand how important it is to learn everything you can, just in case you won't be able to get a session with that artist because there's no engineer.
Right.
But you got, and also you'll be able to like track your own shit out. You can get your shit sounded how you want, get your kicks hidden how you want them, your snares popping how you want them. If you take the time out to be solution based, figuring out what you got to do to make the best and dopest shit you can. Yep.
No excuses, man. We'll say it again. Add no E.
I could rely on niggas like Miles. Man. Add no E, man.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
bruh.
JoJo.
Again, I'll say that shit every episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Add no E.
Add no E.
It's just about not, like you said, no excuses. Learn how to do your shit. Learn how to be self-sufficient.
Yep.
You know,
Vital.
So you don't need, and then you save money too.
Hell yeah.
A lot of money in
Yeah,
studios.
bruh.
So
Definitely.
you know,
I say definitely a lot too. This is a podcast.
I like definitely though.
I don't know, man. I said too.
We can't kill definitely.
Man, definitely.
People,
Definitely.
I be tripping when people be spelling that shit wrong too. Like, you ugly.
What else I had on there? I said learn the ins and outs of your own. Learn the ins and outs of your dolls. You don't have to learn the ins and outs of them, but at least know them enough to get the sound that you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you or learn them enough to reach that end product that you hear in your head.
That's very good, because a lot of people get DAWs just to use them for their stock sounds, and that's all they do is just play out some stock sounds, and they don't tweak anything. They don't know the capabilities.
Maybe that's the difference between a beat maker and a producer.
And that's one of the differences.
One of the many differences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think the whole producer word gets thrown around too much. You know, people say they're people say they're a
Speak
producer.
on it. Speak on it.
People say they're producers, but they can't produce a song. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga podding, bruh.
Yeah. So that's it, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So look, as being would you say you're more of a sample based producer? Or
I'm everything. Like, how do I answer that? Because
okay, I
sample drums.
I get it. But like
the samples that I assume you're referring to are like,
I'm referring to sampled songs.
for
snippets.
example, we'll use Kanye Through the Wire, like the Shaka Khan record,
mm-hmm.
like samples like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. It just depends on who I'm working with. Now, when I'm doing my Stookie shit, it's just nothing but samples. But I don't sample like that in my regular practice of production.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my shit is like, I sample shit that's like inconspicuous.
Right.
And it's not really long. It won't really be longer than like it'll never be longer than 4 seconds.
Right.
But it'll be like between 2 and 4 seconds.
Okay.
You know, like little shit. I think they used to say it was a specific time limit of something that you can get, a sample that you can get away with.
Right.
I think it was like 4 seconds or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know the correct amount, of time to sample, please let us know. I remember I asked Tim, I was like, yo, what can you sample? Or like, what can you get away with? And he said, shit, man, to be honest, I don't know. Niggas just be sampling. It's about the song. Like, niggas don't even, they let the lawyers deal with all that other shit later. But
I think that
gotta create.
Right. Is that like the difference of getting away with something is like getting away with interpolation?
Ooh, it's a lot easier to get away with an interpolation than it is like sampling an excerpt from.
Right.
If you actually sample the record, then you're like taking that, like a piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the recreation of the sample is, you can dodge that.
Right.
That was cool. I ain't been saying it a lot.
But no, so
you can be a lot more dodgy when it comes to like in litigation with interpolations.
Right. And then there's that whole like stigma.
But it also depends on what you interpolate, because remember, the blurred lines.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That was a big fucking song.
That's exactly what I'm referring to.
And it was Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
So it's just tricky. Now, if you interpolate some shit from fucking West Bubble fucking goddamn South America somewhere, or in Asia or
I didn't know
wherever.
Wizz Bumblefuck was in South America.
I don't know where was Bumblefuck. Is it Bumblefuck or Bubblefuck?
Bumble.
Where is? Let us know where West Bubblefuck is.
Bubble.
Where is it?
Bumblefuck.
Can you put that shit in the GPS?
Nah, I usually think of Bumblefuck as like somewhere in Arkansas in the middle of nowhere. Like
Arkansas. Man said this in West Memphis. West Bubblefuck is in West. Oh, man.
when anybody says that, I think of a southern somewhere, like, or yeah, somewhere random as hell.
I feel somewhere in the woods.
Yeah,
or some shit.
yeah.
In the boonies.
Yeah, exactly.
The boonies is West Bubblefuck.
Right, exactly. But
Epiphanies. Anyway,
but back to the topic.
Yeah. So if you grab a sample from something somewhere that's not, and it's not even like a big song or a hit,
mm-hmm.
nigga, you good. If you interpolate that,
Right.
You know, they'll never know if it's not like popular.
Mm-hmm.
They won't even bring a musicologist in. The motherfuckers are your, you know, you want to try to. I think it's a sampling producer's duty to keep the musicologist like, you know, they don't know which way is up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, you good?
Hi,
It's Real Nigga Productions over here.
Indy. Come show your face.
Damn. Man, she ain't gonna get on that jump, man. She ain't gonna get on that jump. But yeah, if you're gonna sample something that's unpopular or not a major hit. If you're gonna interpolate something, do the same. But if you want to go for like the Marvin Gaye's and, you know, big records like that, you
might have some problems.
issues if you do not clear those samples.
Right.
So,
And then also, as far as samples go, are
man, come over here and man, do the hammer dance right quick.
she
Man,
doing
she
it?
doing the hammer dance off camera. She wouldn't even done it with the you know what I'm saying, she went over there.
She had no choice, man.
Anyway,
But
what you saying?
are like, do most hits are hits? I've heard this said before. Do all hits have like samples in them?
No.
I've heard that. I don't
You
know
heard
why.
all hit
Not
records?
all, but like most hit records have some
Have
type
samples?
of sample in it.
You know what I think you might be referring to is, I think it's easy. I said you think and then I think. What we think.
Vernacular.
Vernacular. I think it's songs that they're more likely to be hits if they've been hits before. So it's like easier. People already got it in their psyche as to like, you know, like they already fuck with the song already.
Right.
So it's more like it has a good chance of becoming a hit.
Yo, my aunt Carol, she hates songs, like rap songs with samples in it, because she's like, they ruined this song. Like,
Damn.
she always like, every time we used to play like a lot of Jay-Z and stuff back at her crib, me and my cousin, and she used to hate all those songs, man, just because she's like, she feels like they ruined a good song.
Just listen to them.
Yeah.
To the original.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
Shout out to Auntie though.
Auntie.
Yeah. That's what I feel. Did that kind of answer you? I think
Okay, no, yeah, you did. So like, it doesn't you don't necessarily need to be a sampler. You don't necessarily need to sample something for it to be like a hit. Like,
right.
But, yeah, because I'm more of a I don't really sample that often. I just like play everything kind of.
Yeah,
but,
good. Continue to have.
But I mean, but it's a good thing to have in your tool belt as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be able to sample.
Cyber flatulence.
That was crazy. But
damn, I was gonna say something.
Yeah, you answered my question though.
Yeah. I think it's harder for complete. Damn. It's harder for original music to beat hits, then
That's
that's
what I'm
insane.
trying to say.
Yeah, it's definitely harder.
Okay.
Then that's where manufacturing from the label comes into the place. And it comes into play. Manufacturing from the label where they pay for ads at radio. Then you got playlists and like streaming farms, and it's all types of things to like ramp up the numbers to like, so to the point to where it's you hearing it and it's like everywhere, and it's like in your head, and it's like you know, label manufacturing.
Okay. I get it.
That makes a hit as well. That's when you hear a song and it's like, yo, why is this trash ass song in my head? Why am I singing this shit?
Right.
Because the label
It's already been
forcing music on the people through their network.
makes sense, man. Simple
So that
math.
makes it
Simple
hit
math
too.
to them. Yeah. Dope, man.
That's a part of it.